In the heart of Kenya, on a vast, sun-drenched wildlife conservancy, lived a woman named Saba Douglas Hamilton. Her home wasn't just a house, it was a tented camp, an integral part of the Elephant Watch Camp, a place she and her family had built from the ground up. This was her sanctuary, a place where humans and nature coexisted in a delicate, beautiful balance. One evening, as the African sun painted the sky in fiery hues, Saba was tucking her children into bed. Her husband, Frank, was away, leaving her as the sole guardian of their young family and the camp. Suddenly, a deep, guttural roar ripped through the tranquil evening air. It wasn't the familiar call of a lion on the prowl. This was different. It was a sound of pure, unadulterated rage, and it was terrifyingly close. Saba's heart hammered against her ribs. She knew that sound. It was the roar of a bull elephant, a massive, powerful creature in the throes of muster period of heightened aggression, driven by a surge of hormones. Peeking cautiously from her tent, Saba saw him, a colossal bull elephant, one she didn't recognize, was systematically tearing her camp apart. With terrifying ease, he ripped through guest tents, his tusks like battering rams against the canvas and wood. Furniture splintered, and the sounds of destruction echoed through the once peaceful camp. This wasn't just a random act. It felt personal, targeted. The elephant was a stranger, not one of the familiar giants that roamed the conservancy, and his fury was directed squarely at their home. Inside their own tent, Saba's two young daughters were wide-eyed with fear. The ground trembled with each thud of the elephant's massive feet. "Mummy, what's happening?" her eldest whispered, her voice shaking. This was the moment that would define Saba's courage. Panic was a luxury she couldn't afford. She had to be the calm in their storm. Drawing on a lifetime of experience living alongside these magnificent but dangerous animals, she gathered her children close. "It's okay," she whispered, her voice a steady anchor in the chaos. "It's just an elephant. We're going to be very, very quiet, and he will go away." The minutes stretched into an eternity. The sounds of destruction continued, each crash and rip a fresh wave of terror. The elephant circled their tent, its heavy, frustrated breathing audible just beyond the thin canvas walls. She held her breath, praying the flimsy barrier of their tent would be enough to deter him. She prayed he wouldn't see them as a threat. In that terrifying darkness, surrounded by the sounds of her world being torn apart, Saba focused on one thing: her children's safety. She hummed a soft lullaby, a thread of normalcy in a surreal nightmare, her calm presence a fortress against their fear. Then, as abruptly as it began, the rampage stopped. The heavy footsteps receded into the distance, leaving behind a deafening silence and a trail of devastation. When dawn broke, the full extent of the damage was revealed. The camp was a wreck. Guest tents were flattened, the dining area was demolished, but amidst the chaos, Saba's family tent stood untouched. They had survived. As the camp staff emerged, their faces a mixture of shock and relief. They looked at Saba with awe. She hadn't just protected her children. Her incredible composure had likely saved them all. Her story quickly became a legend in the Conservancy, a powerful testament to the strength of a mother and the profound respect and understanding required to live in the wild heart of Africa. Saba Douglas Hamilton proved that sometimes the greatest strength isn't in fighting back, but in having the courage to remain perfectly still. Thanks for watching. If you were inspired by this incredible story of courage, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales from the wild.